Okay. I need props. Hold on. So I think I posted about I did a community post about this. I don't know if you guys watch my community post. Read my community post if you saw this. But I wanted to. Why is my face like airbrushed in this lighting? I'm on my stairs right now. That's why you can see the ground right here. Okay, my next A3 video, my next big video that I've been working on since Christmas, I wanted to record it in real life, okay, like this. So I got a microphone, okay, listen. I wanted to record these videos in real life, or at least try it, right? Like face to face, okay? So, but I didn't want to buy a camera, so there was two options, okay? Buy a camera or buy a microphone that would work with my phone, and I could use my phone as the camera, okay? I decide it's probably cheaper and easier to buy a microphone that can connect to my phone. So that's what I do, okay? I look up what do people use for fucking microphone, wireless microphone, whatever. And I find the one that's most recommended, or like, at least for whatever reason, is the one that I decided to fucking buy. And I will say, since I bought one, I see a lot of people using these in their videos, so I know I didn't buy some crazy fuck-ass, random, off-brand fucking mic. And what's nice about these microphones, at least for my purposes today, is that they have their logo big as fuck on the thing. So when I'm complaining about the microphone, you know exactly which one it is, because look at that. I don't even have to say anything, it's right there. So this whole story you're about to hear, you know who is involved. You know who the fuck to not buy shit from, probably. It's actually probably fine, but you'll know. Okay. So I bought this fucking microphone, okay? And of course there's one of those things on the website that's like, if you buy it now, you get it within 2 days. I did not get it within 2 days. It took a week. It was delayed in shipping twice. Not really that big of a deal. A week is not that long to wait, but I did think that was kind of annoying. Because I was promised it sooner and it didn't happen. So that's already kind of, I'm like, what the hell? And then it shows up without a cord, or without the cord that I needed. It did have a cord. It actually had two. The cord that you would use to plug it into a camera, and the cord you would use to plug it into an iPhone. I do not have a fucking iPhone. I have a Android phone, okay? So I need a USB-C cable. And it's supposed to come with one, and it didn't. That was the one of the three that it didn't come with, so I thought that was kind of funny, but I was like, why is there not a cord in here? Now, you might be wondering, why does a cordless wireless microphone still have a cord? Now, allow me to explain why. So, this is the part of the microphone you probably recognize. Usually it has a little ball on the top of it, little puff ball, that's the windshield, but, you know, obviously, also, this is not fucking on. I'm recording this without a microphone, because it's fucking broken. But anyways, we'll get into that. That's what this video is about. What was I just saying? I don't have a script for this. I'm just talking about this because full transparency, I was in my kitchen pretending I was talking about this. And I was like, this would actually be kind of an entertaining video, so I'm going to actually record it and actually talk about it. So this is the part you would recognize of the microphone, okay? The part you've seen in the videos. I have a white one. Usually they're black, but I just thought I'll be different. I'll get a white one, okay? I've said this 3 times now. This is the part you would recognize, okay? There's another part. This part, okay? Whoa, that's me. Hello? Okay. So, this is the receiver. This is the transmitter, okay? It actually comes with 2 of these. So, yeah. But this is the part that people hold and they do this or whatever, right? This, you have to plug into your phone, because this is how the signal from the wireless part of the microphone reaches your phone, okay? On iPhones, actually, you can connect these Bluetooth, but on other phones, you can't. So, whatever. Which, do I think Bluetooth probably would really work that well? Probably not, but, like, still, it would be nice as an option, given all the fuckery I'm going through with this thing. But I'm realizing it might not actually solve the problem because of things that I'm about to explain, okay? There's like science going on. The reason I'm recording this is because I feel like I've just cracked the code. Anyways, so I explained when I got this fucking thing, didn't come with a cord, so I need a cord to plug this into my phone, because otherwise the audio waves, all my silly shit that I'm saying, cannot get from here to here. It will not be in my phone in the video, okay? This is the problem. So I don't have a cord, okay? I email them. I'm like, I need a damn cord, please. You send me, I don't have a cord. They've got an AI chat bot as a fucking customer service agent, of course. So, great. They send me a cord. I get the cord. Okay? I plug the cord in to my fucking phone and the microphone, and I test the cord. I'm excited. I got a new thing. I got a new fucking thing. This is gonna change the way my YouTube channel looks for the rest of history, potentially. That's so exciting. I love doing this. I love new things and new toys, okay? So I plug this motherfucker into the damn thing. I set up the damn, whatever the fuck, the app you have to download to use the fucking mic. Set that whole shit up. It doesn't work. It does not work. So I spend like 3 minutes talking to my phone all excitedly, being like, guys, listen to this, a beautiful microphone quality. And then I listen back to the fucking thing, and it sounds like this. Insert video of shit-ass, fuck-ass audio. Because I can't even explain what that sounds like in words. Nor can I mimic the sound with my mouth. It's like an insane, I don't even know what that is. So I did have, one of my friends described it as like, if you ever had a phone or an iPod or whatever where you still had a headphone jack, if you tried to play music or listen to some other audio with the fucking thing half plugged in, that's kind of what it sounds like. So I thought, okay, probably a problem with the cord that they sent me. Broken, right? Broken, gone, broken. So I emailed them. I'm like, hey guys, you sent me a faulty cord. So they sent me a second cord. And I'm like, yay, problem solved, second cord. No. They hit the second cord, still broken. Okay? Great. I go find another cord, off-brand cord. I think this one came with my phone when I got my phone. I don't know. They hit the third cord, okay? So now we have 3 fucking cords. The third one that I got with my phone works. So I'm like, okay, they sent me 2 faulty cords. That's crazy. But then I checked one of these cords on my dad's phone, and it worked. So I thought, huh? That's weird. Now, the conclusion of this video I don't think is going to make any sense. I think me testing it on my dad's phone incident could be a fluke. Anyway, so it worked. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a problem with my phone's USB-C port. So I've spent, I'm switching sides. Ugh, my leg hurts. So I've spent, by the way, this is all taking place over the span of it's been at least a few months, okay? So this isn't days or weeks or whatever, this is months. So after I found that cord that works, that is not the right cord, but it's whatever, I'm like, okay, maybe they just make really shitty cords or something. I start recording my video. I get the whole thing set up. It's a lot of work. Start recording my video with the off-brand cord. It works about 50% of the time. Every once in a while, and by every once in a while I mean half the goddamn shit, I have to plug the thing in, test the audio. Well, I test the audio every time, but half the time it's still doing that crazy fucking sound. So I'm like, okay, what? But whatever, at least it kind of works sometimes, and usually I can fix it by unplugging it and plugging it back in, okay? So that's great. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, I'm struggling through the rest of my video, right? I also have a couple other problems, randomly the fucking audio dropped out for 30 minutes for one of my fucking things. But then I looked that up. That's just something that can randomly happen, I guess. And then I was also another fucking clip, it just skipped for a second, and then for the entire rest of the video the audio was half a second or a full second off from the video. So I had to manually unlink the fucking audio, adjust it to fit the video, and then just relink it. Didn't take long, but that shouldn't be happening. It was an easy fix, but that's really annoying. And I had to look at it and go, why am I talking at a different time than the fucking sound? That's weird. So where did I leave off on the main plot of this? Okay, so today I go to do my fucking video, right? With that off-brand cord. It does not work. So I unplug it, I plug it back in, still doesn't work. I unplug it, I flip the cord around, I plug it back in, still doesn't work. I unplug the cord from the receiver from this, okay? Plug it back in, still doesn't work. Flip that one around, still doesn't work. Flip the ends, so the one that was in the microphone is now in my phone, still doesn't work. We're fucked. Okay? This is the end, right? So then I'm like, okay, there's a problem with my phone's USB-C port, or so that has to be it, right? Or there's a problem with the receiver USB-C port. This motherfucker, okay? So I then remember that there's a guy that fixes cell phones in the same building that my dad's office is in. I look up this guy, he's got good reviews, we're chilling, okay? I send him a quick email, hey, I've been trying to use this microphone, but it's not working. I'm wondering if maybe my USB-C port is like dirty or damaged or something. He responds, hey, quick question, does it still work to charge the phone? Can you still charge your phone? I'm like, yeah, but I just want to make sure, it's like whatever. He's like, okay, so I'm doubting it's a problem with your phone's port, because if your phone's port was damaged or dirty enough that it'd be causing a problem, you would not be able to charge your phone. So he's like, do you have another phone you can test it on? And I was like, well, yeah, I tested it on my dad's phone one time and it worked, but also this cord works half the time and not the other half. So I'm like even more confused now. I'm like, okay, maybe it's the USB-C port on the thing. But then I'm thinking, well, if the USB-C port on the fucking thing was broken, this wouldn't be able to charge either, but it can, because I've charged it. So then I go test that again. I plug this motherfucker in with one of these cords too, not even the cord, the off-brand one. I plug it in with this, it charges. So I'm like, what's the fucking problem? Okay, and then when I was upstairs pretending I was recording this video before I decided to actually record this, I mentioned something about how you can record backup audio. Oh, here's what I was saying. Okay, I'm going to reenact what I was saying in that version of the video, the fake version of this real video. You might be wondering, how do you know if it's a problem with the USB-C port, why did I say it like that? How do you know it's not a problem with the internalness of this? How do you know it's the USB-C port or the cord? Good question. I know that because you can record audio with these, okay, on their own, without a phone. But the audio sucks. And it only comes from one side because there's two transmitters. And so one of them is like in each ear or something. And so if you record audio just with this without a phone, you can't merge the two and have it be on both sides. And also any like gain settings or whatever, it's just raw fucking audio. And so it does not sound good. You would not want to use that. Also, if you just always use the backup audio, what's the fucking point? Like, that sucks. Like, I would feel like I got scammed if I had to only use the backup, So, ideally, I'd be able to use all the features of the damn shit, right? So anyways, but that's what I'm saying. That's how I'm saying I'm gonna fall down the stairs. That's how I know it's not a problem with the internal mechanisms of these. However, when I was doing my fake version of this video, I realized as I was saying that, I was like, wait, actually, you might be able to record audio just with the transmitter without the receiver if you're only recording it, because the audio file saves into this, not here. So if you plug this into your computer, you can get the backup files from here. So I realized this might be the only thing that's recording, and this doesn't have to be connected at all to record the backup audio. So then I went downstairs and I grabbed this. Downstairs is where my shit was. I was upstairs in the kitchen. I go downstairs, I grab this motherfucker. I turn it on like so. Okay, this is the power light. This blue light, you can see the link symbol if it focuses. Well, you can see it anyway. The link symbol, okay, means it's connected to the thing. So it's flashing because it's not connected. Now, this button is the record button. I was like, I'm going to test this and see if I can record without this even being on. As you can see here, this is not on. I'm recording audio right now in this little thing. So I can go find this file. I might do that just for the sake of this silly video to prove you can hear my voice right now in the microphone. Okay, crazy, right? So I realize, after all this time, this whole thing might be fucking broken. Not the cord, not the USB-C port, the actual fucking thing. And there's no way to test that on its own, as far as I know, because you can't, this doesn't record audio, it doesn't do anything. I mean, it does, but it's, you can't test this in isolation. But I know it can charge, so the cords and the USB-C port aren't broken, apparently. It's not a problem with my phone. Let's just recap the evidence. It's not the cords, because if they're all broken, that probably means they're actually all working. And something else is the problem, okay? Also, I have tested all 3 of these cords and they do charge things. So if it didn't do that, you know, since it does that, that means that cords are fine. It's not the USB-C port on here or on the phone because they can both charge with any of these 3 cords. It's this fucking thing. It's this fucking thing. Now, the only other thing is, it could be something in my phone's settings. Like, it's either this is the problem or my phone itself is the problem. Also, it's possible my phone is just too old, but my phone is from like 3 years ago or something. Like, it's not that old of a phone. And if this fucking company is making microphones that only work for phones that are new, brand fucking new, that's insane. So I'm pretty sure the problem is either some really obscure setting on my phone that is fucked, that nobody has ever mentioned online that I wouldn't be able to figure out, or the receiver itself is fucking broken. I'm gonna probably just upload this video right now because I think it's funny and I'm just gonna do that. But I am gonna, right after I do this, email these people, and be like, hey, here's my shit, I think this is broken, what do we do about that? And I'll probably just post something about it. I don't know. This video is just gonna be a random, I just wanted to make this because I think it's kind of funny. And just an insane scenario. And like, I think I mentioned earlier, like, oh, you're not gonna want to buy shit from these people. If they just replace this and it's fine and it's fixed and it works and then that everything works as intended, I don't really have any problems with this product. I think I've just had incredibly bad luck. Like, if the conclusion of this story is that it came with a faulty receiver and no fucking USB-C port, that is crazy. But if the customer service is fine and they send it to me and it's okay and it's fixed, it's not the end of the world. I'll keep using this. The audio quality when it does work is good. So like, it's not like, you know, and like I said, I've had those other problems where it'll cut out for however long. That probably is because this is fucking broken. So those things all could be fixed, you know. Also, I think wireless mics probably just cut out sometimes. And I'm not too mad about that. It's only happened once. So I'm not saying, you know, fuck this whole company, but I do think I've had like an incredibly bad luck run of things. And if it's not that receiver is broken, I really don't know what it is. Other than, like I said, it could be some weird phone setting, but I don't know how I would ever figure that out because I have to get through the AI chatbot on the fucking customer service. So I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's why my next video is taking so long. Well, that's part of it. I'm also just mentally ill and physically ill as per usual, but we know that. But just like, I just wanted to make videos, you know, like in person instead of having to PNG tuber the turtle, like, but whatever. And I know y'all love the turtle. I love him as well, but it's just easier this way. And it's more entertaining, I think, this way. You know, I can be silly. I can do silly hand gestures, silly facial expressions, all that shit. So it's better. It's better if the fucking microphone works. Goddamn. Okay, bye.